Good morning, Zio here. And Microsoft has done it again. Xbox is really coming along. I'm not sure how Xbox isn't winning by now. Anyway, maybe it is. I just haven't really paid attention to the console war because PlayStation, Sony fanboys are Sony forever, no matter what. Anyway, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? But yeah, Microsoft is on the move once again, and Xbox Cloud streaming has gotten an upgrade, so you may not actually need a Series X to play its games at this rate. So, as we've talked about it in the past, there's a console shortage. Um, if you hadn't seen that, go ahead and take a look. We've talked about it a couple of times, and it's just getting worse. There's a supply chain disruption due to a certain thing that's going on out there, and all this other stuff. So, yeah, as a result, getting consoles, getting pieces for your PC, whatnot, and among other things is starting to get harder and harder, and it's taking longer and longer because of certain, it's making it harder to actually, um, you know, create, develop, and put together certain products and other stuff from microchips and other things. So that's the TLDR version, but Xbox is apparently, or Microsoft for Xbox here, has apparently upgraded their streaming services. So you're probably asking, hey, see, what do you mean xCloud streaming? What? Yeah, I know. We've talked about that too in the past. So Xbox has Game Pass, right? And it has xCloud, which it's been working on for quite some time now. And it's currently got itself an upgrade, and as of right now, you download the game, and the game is then played through the thing and all this other stuff, and it's a really good service. You should totally check it out, even if you don't have an Xbox like myself. I don't have an Xbox. It's still a lot of bang for the buck, just to have the PC side of things. And of course, there's an app through the phone to do things through it and stuff, and to stream onto that as well as other things. And I think it's a really good thing, right? Yeah, I'm not exactly a fanboy for one or the other because I like them both, but Xbox is knocking it out of the park this time around. But anyway, according to Phil Spencer here, regretfully, the console shortage is going to be with us for months and months. Definitely through the end of the calendar year and into the next calendar year. While he's pointing out much of the discussed chip shortages is by no means the only driving factor into console or factors in getting consoles to players. It's not everything, from pieces to your controller and other stuff. It's getting hard to, it's taking longer to acquire it, right? But Xbox's forthcoming slate is flush with next gen only games, right? Xbox has been pretty good at doing both lately, but of course, like anything else, the old gen is holding back what next gen can do. Even if it's not a whole lot more, it still always holds it back, which is why Final Fantasy XIV had to end support for, say, the PS3 way back when it did, because it was holding it back on the PC side and everyone on the PS4 at the time, because the PS3 just couldn't handle it anymore and they had to end support for it. And of course, we're getting into that situation again where they're talking about needing to end support for the current gen to make it the next gen, the PlayStation 5 as of right now. But of course, they've got other issues on their hands where people can't get a hold of PS5s. But eventually, you do have to cut that cord. It holds back a lot of games when you've got them coming out for both consoles because, for whatever reason, we've got this thing where if it look, we've got to make them look similar. I don't get it. Watch Dogs also had this problem where it launched for the consoles and the PC simultaneously, and we got a product that looks nothing like what we were shown, because what we were shown was an earlier build of the PC side of things, and they had to bring it back, dial it back a hell of a lot, because the consoles could not render it in what a PC was capable of doing. So then, of course, modders went out and they fixed the problem, where the PC one looks a hell of a lot better than the console one. And of course, according to the developers, the reason was they didn't want the console people, the console plebs, the console people. I said that to begin with, didn't I? Anyway, I keep correcting myself. The console people to not feel like they've gotten an inferior product for the same price, which unfortunately, no matter how you split it, if you're PC versus console, PC is the better product always. Even when it has issues, it still ends up in the long run being the better product, in my opinion, of course. And of course, I own both consoles and PCs, so take it from somebody who has them both. But your opinion can be different. It's okay. I still love you. Anyway, Xbox is slated for next gen only consoles from Redfall, Fable, Stalker 2, Shredders. What the heck is Shredders? Anyway, Everwild and Starfield. The ability to stream these games directly to a last gen Xbox, or hell, to a mobile device, a computer, or a smart TV would negate the need to refresh Discord servers and line up at dawn in the rain at your local Best Buy, which is totally true too. If they can get this and they get it launched and they do it well, this would fix a lot of things. And gosh, I would love that, especially if Game Pass works with it and everything else, and you get it all together. That would just be amazing, because then I wouldn't have to worry about getting an Xbox Series X. I can just play it on the PC and remotely do it like that. But of course, there's always the one problem when it comes to streaming these games, and that is your connectivity and where you're located in the world, right? So for me, it may not work so well. But if I lived in, say, one of the nearby cities that have access to, I don't know, Google Fiber, which I wish I had, they would have no problem streaming it to their TV or their consoles or their computer or whatnot with little lag or something, because that's also a thing that Stadia has a problem with, right? Works great in major cities, not so much when you live out in the middle of nowhere like I do, with cow fields. Like, seriously, there was a cow right out that window. I can see them right now looking at me. Anyway, no, but seriously, when you live in the middle of the secret cow level, sometimes streaming a game directly to your thing isn't the best option. But it would be nice if it could be, right? It would be great. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.